Hi folks, I'm Butch Holcombe, relic hunter, publisher of American Digger magazine, and I am really fanatical about my hobby. Been a relic hunter since the late 1960s and thought we'd cleaned out the trenches at that time, but yet again, here I am at some trenches going real slow with a deep PI machine, and it's amazing the things that are missed over the years. Now granted, most of what's been found at this place has been small buttons, percussion caps, things of that nature, but let's see what we can get out of these trenches today. And I also want to show a little bit of the gun batteries that are here. I'm actually going to start out around the gun batteries, see what happens. And these are artillery pits. They were facing in that direction, and over the rise there would have been the Confederates. This is some trenches, some federal trenches actually, up here in North Georgia. I'm not going to say exactly where they are, but just suffice it to say it is part of a major engagement, and these are some of the entrenchments that are left. Now, these are on private property. We do have permission to be searching them, and it's just an example of how many things are not on national park, and they are open to being searched if you do it right. Now, check this out. It's just a mud puddle, but you know, originally these trenches were probably another 3 to 4 feet deep, and it rained for almost 40 days during parts of the North Georgia campaign, and these guys were in water much of the time. And we're going to pass this one up today. We're not going to dig in the water probably. But anyway, just a good example. They were facing Confederates that were far away enough that they couldn't just come up and grab them, but well within fighting range. They were down this valley here. Now I know I don't have a face for TV. I don't have a face for YouTube either. That's probably why I'm just showing trenches while I'm talking. But I tell you what I am good at, and that is putting out the best magazine for diggers and collectors of America's heritage. And that would be American Digger magazine. Remember, we're now international as well, with finds from across the world, and digital copies and print copies available now.
Man, look at that trench, it's full.
I know, I just stepped in it. Roy's got some carved and a drop 3 ringer.
In the first 30 minutes.
The first 30 minutes, and I got a couple of percussion caps, and you've got close to what I've got, so.
Not yet, the day is young.
And the trenches look good. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to hear this, but one of those little targets like we look for in trenches with the deep seeking machines. I've got the earphones off my head, so it's a little hard for me to tell, but let's get it pinpointed exactly. Okay, I'm going to try to let you get another listen to this now that it's a little bit out of the ground. See what we hear it. It's not much, but that's all it takes. We're going to dig it out a little bit now and see what happens. Okay, so we're down a couple of inches right now. We've got a pinpointer. Whatever it is right here. Now I found a bunch of percussion caps nearby, and I do believe that's what I'm seeing right here. Okay, let's get a little closer look here. Yep, you see that right there? Excuse me. I'm still learning to do this camera, folks, but this is what's called a percussion cap. A very out of focus percussion cap as far as I can tell. These were actually put on to the nipple of the musket. The hammer would fall down on them when the trigger was pulled, and it would explode this little piece right here. This one's unfired, and they tended to lose a lot of them. Now this hole right here started out, it's a real faint signal. Now there's no guarantee that what I'm hearing down here is not a piece of iron or junk. You can see it's already getting pretty deep. It's yeah, that's a weird way to do it, isn't it? I'd say about 1.5 feet. Maybe not 1.5 feet, maybe a foot. Anyway, it's kind of signals we go for. Probably another percussion cap. I'm really hoping it's a button this time. And then again, it could just be a nail. Okay, folks, we've got another target here. Had quite a few of them actually, but all of them have turned out to be percussion caps. Can you hear that? Not much. Here again, these PI machines, like the Whites in the Mine Lab, are really good around trenches and stuff. But you know what I started with was a Garrett Infinium, and that's a great PI machine too. Plus, it is waterproof. Now we're fixing to dig this target, and you know we're not going to know what it is till we actually dig it. But the thing is, with American Digger magazine, you know what you're getting every time, and what you're getting is the best in finds across America by Americans, and doggone it, even our friends across the pond join in. So we have a little bit of everything in American Digger magazine, but the one thing you can always count on is, by golly, you're going to enjoy it. If not, give us a call. But I think if you give us a call, it's going to be a renew. Anyway, enough about the magazine. Let's actually dig this and see what it is. We're fixing to dig this signal up, and it sounds fairly deep, so I'm going to start out with this shovel here. And what we're doing is we're actually digging a circle around the target. The target is right here. We're going to do a fairly sizable circle away from the artifact or junk as it may be, so that we don't damage it. So let's see what we got going here. Okay, I've already pinpointed this, and I know what it is, but I'm gonna see if you know. Fired Confederate bullet right in the face of the trench. So right now I just dug a signal. I'm not sure. I'm gonna let you judge. Probably 8 inches deeper, maybe a little bit, right on the face of a trench. And by the way, these trenches are on private property. We do have permission to be here, and sadly they're just sitting out here, just being forgotten to time. Anyway, I'm hoping you can see it in there. I believe it's a Spencer casing. Let's see. I've got the pinpointer here. Let's make sure it's actually the target. Yeah, that's it. Let's see if we can get it. And here it comes. And yes, sir, it's a Spencer casing. Repeating cavalry carbine type weapon. I don't remember how many shots. I think there were 7-shot repeaters. I'm sure somebody will correct me if that's not true. But anyway, one of the favorites of the cavalry of the Federals here in North Georgia. That one's in pretty good solid shape. Now some people want to know, how do you know if it's a trench or not? Well, location is one thing. If you're not in a place where any Civil War activity took place, or Rev War, whatever, you're not going to find the trenches. These right here are typical. They have a high front on them, followed by, of course, a ditch, and then just flat back behind them. Originally, these were about 5 feet deep and had a head log at the top, which of course is long ago rotted now. And these are just one of many sitting on private property not being explored except by amateur hobbyists. So there you have it.